What's up? I just got done training legs, as you can probably tell by my general messed up appearance. And I was just going to do a quick video on choosing a protein. So not talking about protein blends and post-workout complexes and stuff like that, just talking about a pure whey protein, how to choose it, what to look for, what to avoid. So the first thing is, what kind of protein are you going to get? You've got isolate, concentrate and hydrolysate. So whey concentrate is pretty much the simplest form of whey. So whey protein is derived from milk. You basically get milk and split it up into curds and whey, like the nursery rhyme. You take whey, you shove it through a filter, there you go, whey concentrate, about 20 to 22 grams of protein per 30 grams, give or take. So there's whey concentrate. Isolate is even more filtered. There's some cold filtration processes that go on that basically further refine and break down the protein, theoretically making it easier to digest. And then there's one up from that called hydrolysate, which is even more broken down, and again is supposed to be even easier to digest. It's also the most expensive by quite some margin. The digestion thing is true in that if the protein is broken down when you eat it, it's going to digest faster. That's true, and particularly pre and post workout, you want a relatively fast digesting protein. Ideally something very fast, like whey. That's why you're taking it. The problem with buying a pure isolate is, yes, it is good quality and it does digest fast. However, if you don't have the concentrate in there, your body isn't stimulated to produce the same digestive enzymes that it would be if you consumed pure milk or whey concentrate. So essentially, you could be shortchanging yourself by getting the isolate. It will digest quickly, but a smaller amount of the protein might be bioavailable because of a lack of the enzyme activation that's required in your gut to digest the food. So, in my opinion, the best type of protein to buy is a concentrate isolate blend. So you're getting the whey concentrate in there to stimulate these enzymes and make the protein bioavailable. You've got the whey concentrate in there to stimulate these enzymes, and then you've got the isolate in there to be digested quickly. So it's the blends that, in my opinion, you want to look for. Hydrolysate, same problem. You're correct in saying that it digests faster, but less of the protein is going to be bioavailable in the absence of these enzymes which are stimulated to be released by whey protein concentrate. You'll also save money because some of the isolates, and particularly the hydrolysates, you can almost pay twice as much per tub to get them. Second thing to talk about is amino spiking. There was a big scandal in, I think it was 2014, where there were a bunch of class action lawsuits against some supplement companies who were essentially using fillers in their protein. So they would, on the label, claim 20 grams of protein in there. And then when you do a lab test on it, as the FDA do when a new product is released, it would be, oh yeah, it shows up as 20 grams of protein, throw it on the shelves. But in actual fact, what these companies were doing was upping the perceived protein content of their products by including filler substances like arginine, creatine, taurine, basically nitrogenous compounds that, when you do a simple protein lab test, will show up as protein weight, but aren't doing anything for your muscles. They're literally just filler. What you want to look out for on a label is, if we bring one up here, you don't want to have arginine, glycine, taurine, and all this other stuff. And yeah, creatine. I know creatine is a popular inclusion in a lot of protein powders, but when you're looking for a pure whey, you've got to be thinking, is this product, what is one of the selling points of this product the fact that it contains creatine, or is it being used as a filler? So That's number one. Number two is proprietary blends. There's been a lot of discussion about this, but basically if it says protein blend at the top, and it's like milk protein and then whey isolate and then soy protein and then cakes, forget it. Okay, you want something where the topping, because the ingredients are listed by the percentage amount that the product is made up of. So the first ingredient should be whey protein concentrate, the second whey protein isolate, and so on. You shouldn't be starting out with random milk protein blends or any of those fillers or anything like that. So that's something to look for. Another thing to avoid is the addition of soy protein. A couple of companies, I'm not going to name any names, have done that recently where they've swapped out some of their ingredients and included soy protein in the blend. For bodybuilding purposes, soy protein is pretty much one of the worst things you can be putting in your body. It's been shown to boost estrogen, so yeah, not good. In both men and women, you don't want soy protein in there when you're trying to lean out and build muscle. So make sure there's no soy in it. And also, yeah, in the blend, it should just be, if there is concentrate isolate and hydrolysate, as some companies and brands have done, that's fine. But what you don't want to do is be, what I would call overpaying for ultra micro filtered hydrolysate protein, when really you would be better off with a cheap concentrate, pure concentrate, or just pretty much just drinking milk. So that's the other thing. Whey protein, people talk about, oh, get your, you want to get the majority of your calories from whole foods and not supplements like whey protein. Okay, it's true, whole food is important. You shouldn't be having a liquid diet, that's dumb. But whey protein is food. Like, I don't know how else to say this, but it comes from milk. It's like milk powder, it's food. It has calories, it has protein, carbs and fat. It's food, okay? You're correct, it's a supplement to the diet to increase the protein per day that you're getting in, but it's food. I'll say it again, whey protein is food. And if you're calling whey a supplement and not food, and it's somehow digested differently and it's gonna sap all your gains if you get too much whey protein, you're saying the same thing about milk then. Or freaking yogurt or cottage cheese. It's the same stuff. It comes out of a cow boob. It's whey, it's food. Okay, so went on a rant. I'll make some recommendations now, and I'm not affiliated with any of these brands. I'm just saying that I've done my research, and in my opinion, these are the best whey proteins. I'm very particular with the ones that I'll use, and these are the good ones, if you like. So the first one is by Cytec. It's called 100% Whey Professional. They do three kinds. There's the blue tub, which is just concentrate, the green one, which is just isolate, and then the red tub, which is half concentrate, half isolate blend. The flavors for this are redonkulous. They do, like chocolate orange is fantastic. The chocolate, can't go wrong with that, vanilla. And they also do crazy flavors like white chocolate raspberry and chocolate peanut and tiramisu, all this stuff. So really worth checking out, affordable too. And if you look on the back, what is it? I'm going to be showing you the ingredients. There you go. So, oh, that's not going to show up. It's whey protein concentrate and whey protein isolate are the first two ingredients. Then you have some enzyme complex to help with digestion, like protease, cocoa powder. There is some taurine in here, but this is the thing as well with Cytec. If you look on the top, there's this barcode. You can go to their website and type that in, and you can have a look at the lab test for this particular batch. So they're claiming 22 grams of protein per scoop on the tub, and you can go onto their website online and see that this has 22.3 grams of protein a scoop. So you can double check what the lab tests are saying. So Cytec is a really great one. If you're in the States, I would highly recommend Mark Lobliner of Tiger Fitness's MTS Whey. It tastes amazing. Same deal, if you look on the back, you've got whey protein concentrate is the first ingredient, then whey protein isolate, then some cocoa for flavouring, a little bit of salt. Like, there's pretty much nothing in this but whey. No amino spiking. It's you're getting what you pay for, essentially. You're getting a really good quality whey, and like I said, it tastes absolutely incredible. It's really difficult to find in the UK at the moment. I imported it because I really wanted to try it, and it's fantastic. But if you're in the States, this is super easy to come by, and I really do support what Mark's doing with Tiger Fitness, so I would definitely recommend his whey. Now, in terms of other sources of protein, let's say that you've got, for example, a lactose intolerance. A couple of my clients have got that, and you know, they can take the lactose pills and then have whey, but they get like really bad gas and feel terrible and bloat out like crazy and look really fat, and it's just like, it's really messy. So there are alternatives. One that I recommend most, particularly for people with lactose intolerance, is beef protein. There are a couple of brands. Like most brands of beef protein I avoid because they use, you can call something beef protein, but it's actually just collagen from beef. And when I say collagen, that means all the like weird connective tissue bits of grossness that come out of a cow that aren't used in steak. And they get that, mulch it up, turn it into a powder, and there you go. And again, I'm not naming the brands that I don't like. But yeah, a lot of brands that do beef protein do that. Cytec make this, which is 100% hydrolyzed beef isolate peptides, which is a really pure form of beef protein. It's not made with collagen. It's actually made with, it's pretty much taking real beef, doing a bunch of stuff in a lab that I'm not really sure what it is, but the finished result is this beef protein that won't bloat you out or give you problems if you're lactose intolerant. And what I use it for is if I'm going into a photo shoot, for example, and I don't want to be bloated out by the dairy, this is a great alternative to a dairy protein, nice and pure. So yeah, it's really good for that. Tastes great. And another thing I use it for is pre-workout. I have oats and whey and some blueberries pre-workout. That's like my standard pre-workout meal. Frozen blueberries, it's really good. And I use this because if you throw whey in, you can, particularly if it's like a leg day, you feel a little bit sick if you have like a big serving of carbs, big serving of whey, and then immediately go and train. But because the beef doesn't bloat you out at all, you've got that protein serving in there, but you don't notice it as much when you're training. So I like that for this. Also, it's just important to cycle your protein sources, okay? If you're just having meal 1, chicken and broccoli, meal 2, chicken and broccoli, meal 3, chicken and brown rice, meal 4, chicken and broccoli, you're shortchanging yourself, okay? You should be getting protein from beef, eggs, chicken, turkey, tuna, whey protein, beef protein, fuck it, pea protein if you want it, cottage cheese, yogurt. Like there are loads of protein sources out there, so don't restrict yourself to the bro foods. They're all kind of bro foods, but you know what I mean. You don't feel that you have to stick to one. That's one reason that I include beef sometimes. Is it's just a different way to get protein in, basically. So there you go. It's quite a long video, but it's hopefully your 101 guide to choosing some protein, and I hope it's useful.